Pippa, Plum, and the Giggly Garden. In the heart of sunny Sprout Valley lived Pippa Plum. She was a round rabbit who loved two things more than anything else: the smell of damp earth and her favorite pair of polka-dot gardening gloves. Every morning, Pippa hopped out to her garden to check on her veggies, humming a little tune that matched the rhythm of her floppy ears. But one Tuesday, the garden wasn't humming. It was giggling. As Pippa approached the carrot patch, a chorus of tiny, high-pitched tee-hees and ha-ha-has bubbled up from the dirt. The green tops of the carrots were shaking so hard that little puffs of dust rose into the air. The noise was quite a problem. Melis the bee flew over, looking very confused. Melis usually spent the morning visiting the daisies, but the loud giggling was so distracting that the poor bee kept bumping into the petals instead of landing on them. "Oh dear," Pippa sighed. "My garden has the sillies." Pippa put on her thinking cap and knelt in the soft dirt. She needed to understand why her carrots were making such a fuss. She reached out a gloved hand and gently patted the soil around the biggest carrot. Immediately, a loud guffaw erupted from the ground, and the carrot nearly jumped out of its hole. "That's it," Pippa cried. "You aren't being naughty, you're just ticklish." She realized that every time the wind blew a pebble or a heavy drop of water hit the soil, it tickled the carrot's sensitive roots. Crispin, the largest carrot, gave a final little snicker as Pippa gently stroked the earth. Pippa knew she had to help her garden find some peace and quiet. She hopped over to the shady side of the valley where the softest, thickest moss grew. She gathered up armfuls of the emerald green fluff, being very careful not to wake the sleeping ladybugs hidden inside. Back at the carrot patch, Pippa began her work. She carefully tucked the soft moss padding around Crispin and all the other carrots. It was like giving each vegetable a cozy, plush blanket. The giggling began to fade into soft, happy sighs as the carrots felt the gentle cushion against their roots. Next, Pippa changed her watering routine. Instead of using her heavy, splashing watering can, she found a special bottle that made a mist as light as a cloud. She squeezed the handle, and a gentle fog settled over the garden. No splashes, no bumps, and most importantly, no tickles. With the garden quiet again, the valley returned to its peaceful hum. Melis the bee zoomed back and forth, landing perfectly on every flower. Without all the laughing and wiggling, the carrots could finally focus on what they did best: growing big, strong, and very, very crunchy. When harvest time came, Pippa pulled up the tallest, crunchiest carrots sunny Sprout Valley had ever seen. As she shared a snack with Melis, she realized that gardening wasn't just about seeds and water. It was about listening, observing, and using a little bit of kindness to help things grow.